guys, I cannot even begin to explain where I've been. I've been gone for about a week, but it feels more like 5 years. The last thing I remember was playing Time Fantasy, and I happened to hit the time shot 5 times. Then I hit the mushroom baby loop on the right, I think 4 times. I noticed that weird shell man looking at me, so I looked at him, and that's the last thing I remember. I think I hit like a time warp. I'm not sure. I think I entered a portal, maybe. Don't worry, I'll give you guys the full rundown once I have some time to process and get back to regular life. I hope everyone else is safe, and if you play Time Fantasy, do not look directly at his eyes. This is part 2 of our trip to the Richmond Pinball Collective, and yes, we are the Borg.
Come on in.
Welcome to the Theater of Magic.
Welcome to the party zone.
Welcome to my home.
Welcome to the Bash.
I don't know if you want to get into that now, but I'm still kind of also shook about the alternate flippers on the older games, right? There was the, what was that, Gottlieb game?
I didn't play all of the EM games, and there may have been a Gottlieb in there. But as far as like 80s and newer, I think they just had the one Gottlieb game that I recall, and that was Wipeout.
That game was so much fun.
And it's a skiing themed game, but it has like kind of radical vibes, you know? It's like, whoa, awesome! You know, it's like the call outs are all that kind of thing, which is funny and great. But they've replaced the Gottlieb flippers with what appeared to be Williams flippers.
Yeah.
And it was so much more fun because the flippers weren't Gottlieb flippers.
It felt right.
If it had had the Gottlieb flippers on it, I probably would have played one game and be like, can't handle Gottlieb flippers. And maybe it's like sacrilege to some people to swap the flippers on a Gottlieb. But to me, I was like, man, if I came across one of these, I would get it.
I love that game.
That game was super fun.
It had so many cool, quirky, little toys, and the ski lift.
The ski lift,
was awesome. And it was not that hard to get. Like, you pretty much get it right away. You just hit that like center belt thing that the ball just like falls into, and then it slowly
carries the ball up to the ball lock.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and that game shot fun. It had like a 180, the left ramp was like a 180 ramp, like the one in Jaws actually reminded me of that one. Comes back to the flipper really quickly.
Yeah.
All the shots were fun. None of them were too crazy. It had some drop targets. It's a fun game, like
a ton of fun.
Fun artwork and playfield and toys and all the stuff. And it was completely saved by not having the Gottlieb flippers.
We should look for other pictures of that game and see what the stock flippers are.
Oh, I already did.
Are they Gottlieb flippers?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Gross, yeah.
Man, that's like an easy hack, right?
Yeah,
Swap the flippers, get an amazing game. Wipeout, a game I've never heard of, was Gottlieb. Really kind of a sleeper, right? Like we let's just play it while we wait for something else, right?
Yeah, I think we were waiting for No Fear to open up.
Yeah, exactly. And wow, blown away.
Yeah, that one was
Wipeout.
Like that was on my list. Now.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for that one too.
For sure.
Oh, I guess real quick, since we were at Wipeout within close proximity, NBA Fastbreak. It's my first time playing that game. Freaking awesome. Freaking loved it. I wish I could buy one today.
Yeah. NBA Fastbreak, I had played at one other spot, but this one definitely played better. It's something about the sports games. Williams did really cool stuff with sports games, and just, those kinds of games aren't being made anymore.
I love it, man. It's just everything about it is different, right?
Yeah.
Like it takes a second to understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But then once it clicks, it makes perfect sense, right? And you're like, I like that game is almost its own self-encompassed thing. Scoring system, just the way it feels, right? The way you play it, the whole thing where you pass the ball. I love that game, man. That's like a game you could have to show someone how to play pinball secretly, right?
Yeah.
It's like a secret pinball game where you don't have to know anything about pinball. You just know a little bit about basketball, which everyone knows, right?
Yeah.
And then even the scoring, right? Like what context do you have for 500 million? Right? Or 1 billion, right? But we all know how to score basketball.
Yeah, and in that game, you can have a 2. You can finish a game with
Sam.
2 points. Yeah.
Sam, he got like the lowest score, right?
Yeah, he said he had like the record for the lowest score in a tournament because of that game.
He got a 2.
Which is a funny achievement.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you could end up with a 2. I think I had like a 6 one game.
I love that game, man.
Yeah. It's fun. It's got that it's got 3 ramps. It's got tons of diverters and stuff.
Super fun.
It's got the goal in the back, like a basketball goal that you shoot the ball into off of one of the ramps.
There's 3 ramps, you said, right?
Yeah, there's 3 ramps.
And they go into the basket.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't all go directly into the basket, but they go. There's a bunch of diverters.
There's
and
weird
stuff.
diverting situations that can make it go into the basket.
Yeah, and then sometimes the diverters also return the ball to the flipper, and then there's that mechanism where you can pass the ball using the flippers from
Right.
I don't know if it's 4 or 5 different positions, kind of in a semicircle.
I think it was 3 or 4.
Yeah, and you hit the flippers and it moves the ball. It kind of bounces the ball from one spot to another in a semicircle. And then there's a defensive
guy
that is also moving to block your shots. And when you're ready, you hit the shoot button, which is like an action button in the middle.
Yeah.
And if you're not fast enough, the guy will block your shot.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's awesome. It's like World Cup soccer, right? The whole little goalie guy. Right?
Yeah.
But with basketball.
Yeah, similar. Yeah.
Hit the left flipper, pass it to the left. Hit the right flipper, pass it to the right.
Yeah.
Look for an opening, hit the action button, get it in the hoop, score 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Awesome.
there's also a shot clock on the play field. It's like a digitized 2-digit clock that's counting down. And it's another George Gomez game. Our
Yeah. George Gomez has to be my number 1.
Yeah.
He's a real one. He's my number 1.
Yeah. It's just such a cool concept, and it's unlike any other pinball machine. And it's sad that I don't know if there's not enough demand or if there's not, I don't know why, but nobody's making games like this anymore that have something totally different from anything else in concept,
Yeah, those are my favorite games.
Yeah.
The ones that do make you take a second look, or I don't know, just make you feel something different. Just slightly confusing thing that you can figure out fairly quickly. For me, is a lot of the joy in pinball.
Yeah, and it feels like if you put this game in a sports bar or something, which is I'm sure what they were going for probably, you'd probably get a lot of people playing it who weren't necessarily into pinball, and it might get them into pinball.
Especially around here, right?
Yeah.
UNC, Chapel Hill.
Yeah, I wonder if my dad would get into pinball because he's so into basketball.
There's a huge basketball scene here.
Yeah, it's huge.
I wonder if Van would get into pinball because he's a huge basketball fan.
Yeah.
I bet he would love that game.
Yeah. I feel like pinballs nowadays has become too isolated. It's not branching out.
You kind of already have to have a certain level or base for understanding. And it's maybe even intimidating to some people, like my mom.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get her to play. She just won't even consider it, right? Because she's, I'm not good. I don't know. Look at all these.
It's a lot. But if you have something to grab onto, like basketball, that's the slam dunk shot.
Get it in the hoop.
Yeah, I mean, it lowers the barrier of entry.
Yeah.
And not to mention that game had great music. You pick your team.
I forgot about that.
Bulls, and it's all the 90s.
And it's the dream basketball era.
Yeah.
The Jordan era.
Yep. And they've got the Tim Kitzrow doing the call-outs, who did NBA Jam and World Cup Soccer and all those other great games. So the call-outs are great.
Such a cool game.
Yeah. Well, we got to get ourselves one when it comes up.
I'm going to put that on the short list for sure.
And now for a word from our sponsor.
She knows the future.
You're already dead, everybody.
She knows the danger.
You have to let me see my son.
Get down. What she doesn't know
You're really real.
is that her only hope, come with me if you want to live, is the Terminator.
I'm here to help.
Call now to order Terminator 2 for only $19.98. For faster delivery, please have your credit card ready. Sorry, no CODs. Makes a great gift. Call now.
And now, back to the show.
So, speaking of shortlist and games that we want, visiting the RPC, Richmond Pinball Collective.
RPC.
Not to be confused with, I believe, the Rochester Pinball Collective.
Or the news station in Panama, RPC.
Okay. Radio Panama Canal. So, yeah, speaking of which, every time I've been to an arcade that had older games, and by older, I mean 70s and 80s. For example, there's the Asheville Pinball Museum.
Right.
they have a second location that's in Hendersonville. They have a couple of these pinball museums around, and they'll have older games, and they just play horribly.
Yeah.
So bad. Like the lights won't work.
Right.
They're always set up like at the wrong pitch. Like the flippers have like a 4-second delay when you hit them. And it made me not interested in
old games.
In older games at all. At all. Like zero interest in anything like pre-System 11 because I've never played anything that played decent before that era. So that's changed. Like Richmond Pinball Collective, they had a bunch of older games, like late 70s, early 80s games, that I had a ton of fun with. They played fast and the flippers felt good and they felt much more modern just with a more retro playfield.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, so
I feel the same way.
I updated my Pinside game search, and now instead of like, because I had kind of excluded a lot of stuff, like not interested. That day we got back, or the next day, I updated my search. Now I'm looking for just anything within a certain mile radius. And I kind of want an old game now.
Yeah.
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 We need them. You know, we got to stay humble. Like we need to remember the roots. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So we played Gorgar. That was the first one.
That game was awesome, man. It was like, I've never experienced, I've played it before, I think at the Asheville Pinball Museum.
Yeah, played it there, played horribly.
And I remember not liking it. And I thought it's an old game, just like what you were just talking about.
Yeah.
This one, totally different, man. It kind of changed my mind on the game. I also played that game in a different way than I play modern pinball.
Yeah.
Right? It's a little bit more, almost strategic in a way. There's less stuff to do.
Yeah.
Right? But you almost have to be more careful with what you do and where you're going to go.
Yeah.
And it's like a weird, different way to play that I don't think I usually like to play fast and loose and just hit stuff and start building things and adding things up. And this is more like, I don't know, man. It was interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Sam from RPC we played a game with him and he showed us the rules and what to shoot for and how the progression worked a little bit on that and how you had to nudge very carefully in certain circumstances. And, you know, the flippers didn't change the
bonus,
the lanes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lights on the lanes, you had to really nudge everything to get the ball to go where you wanted to. So yeah, it was definitely like a different sort of strategy.
No ball save.
And no ball save on that. It was a lot of fun. Like, I think that was the first, 1979 was the first game with speech. And they had like 6 words or something, and they would rearrange the words to like say different things, like Gorgar. I can't remember what all the call outs are. But yeah, that game had like pretty modern feeling flippers. You know, it has like standard flipper shape, and it was responsive. And it was fun. I had a ton of fun playing it. And I've never enjoyed that game. I've played it at several arcades, and I never enjoyed it until playing it there.
Same. I never understood why people liked it so much.
Yeah.
But now I understand.
Yeah, and then we also played
Centaur.
So yeah, they did have a real Centaur there.
Man, that game was awesome, dude. Like the whole aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Black and white and red. It was just such a cool
that's always been like one of my favorite art packages on a game. It just looks so amazing. They also had like a beautifully restored looking, or just untouched. That Blackout game they had looked amazing.
I don't think I played that.
Yeah, I don't know that you played it. I think I was playing it while you were playing World Cup Soccer.
Gotcha.
I really enjoyed those games, and like I kind of want one now for sure.
Yeah, I do too.
And they also had a Scorpion, the super wide body.
That was one of the games that Dale was like, this is one of my favorite games right now. So I played it. It was kind of cool. We got a picture.
Yeah, and that has like the extra set of flippers on the kind of upper left.
That was a cool game.
Yeah.
What was that game with the weird like Nautilus looking man? Like a snail?
What
the heck was
Time Fantasy.
Time Fantasy.
How did we not get more pictures of that game?
I don't know. I think we were too busy playing other games.
Yeah, there it is.
It's right next to the Wipeout picture, but it's not an actual picture of the...
How did we... Yeah, we'll have to pull that offline or something. I'm sure there's some other photos of it. But yeah, Time Fantasy.
What is that thing?
It's like a weird snail creature who looks just...
These people were like on acid. I need to find out more about this game because I'd never seen it. And then walking in like, what the fuck is this thing? You know?
Yeah, we were having such a great time there that we didn't even get to play all the games that we wanted to play. And yeah, we got to go back like a bunch more times.
We have to. Yeah, I mean, I think now that I'm familiar, I'm going to have more of a game plan. I think I was just I felt like a kid in a theme park kind of thing. And I wanted to ride all the rides.
Right.
You know, so I didn't even pick. But now I already have in my head what games I'm going to play more of.
Yeah.
And now for a word from our sponsor.
Gorgar speaks. Gorgar is the first and only talking pinball game given life and breath by Williams Electronics.
Me, Gorgar. Hear me. My words are for you.
Gorgar speaks. Listen to the sound. Hear the words. Feel the incredible playing and profit power that only Williams Electronics could generate. Because when Gorgar speaks, the industry listens.
And now, back to the show.
So if you go to Richmond Pinball Collective, you could go to any number of delicious Richmond, Virginia restaurants because Richmond is a super cool freaking town, apparently.
It was super cool.
Like, this was the thing we didn't have any clue about.
I did not realize Richmond was that cool.
Richmond is awesome.
It's rich, full of...
The downtown was maybe the coolest downtown I've ever seen.
Ever?
Maybe.
Nah.
I mean, it was cool.
I mean, you've just been living here too long.
Okay, you're right. But like within a couple hour drive from here, I can't think of a better downtown.
It was cool.
Like every single store and shop was like, I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to go there. I want to go there.
Every corner had something interesting on that little strip that we were going down. And it seemed like people were out and shopping, eating, doing stuff.
Very, very cool.
It almost reminded me of like DC or something. It was cool. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. So luckily, we didn't have to try that hard to find a place to eat.
Yeah, because it's in the same parking lot.
In the same shopping center lot as the massage parlor, the mosque, the possible Domino's. I don't know. It's some pizza place. Pepe's. A little Mexican place. Really cool. The only negative thing about the place is that the floors are concrete and I dropped my phone.
A direct
well,
hit,
yeah.
sir.
When you first walk in, the floors are like concrete that was painted at some point and then most of the paint chipped away. So it had a...
It's authentic. This is what it's like in Latin America.
Yeah,
in a lot of places, right? It's just like painted concrete, just kind of rough, kind of raw.
Yeah.
I just didn't even consciously think about that.
Yeah.
With my phone that's not case protected.
Because you're a madman.
I have Apple Care. It's fine.
Why?
But anyways, that was probably the most painful part of that experience. Besides peeling the shrimp.
Let's see how you deal with this.
Pro tip from a Hispanic person, get the camarones a la diabla, aka the devil's shrimp, Gorgar's shrimp.
Gorgar shrimp.
Make sure to ask if the shells are peeled.
Yeah.
By the time I was done peeling my shrimp, you were done eating.
Yeah.
And then my fingers had the shrimp smell. So then I felt self-conscious playing pinball because I didn't want to transfer the shrimps to the buttons. And I washed my hands multiple times. They had a really nice bathroom. But Pepe's...
delicious. You did waste precious pinball time peeling shrimp. Precious pinball peeling. I lost it.
Precious pinball points. Peeling properly.
Properly peeling. I can't think of any other P words.
Shrimps. Anyways, I would recommend it. Pepe's, it was cool. It was kind of expensive. The portions were somewhat small, but it was good and it was right there and literally it was shorter than my commute from work to home, which is 30 seconds.
The amount of money you save on gas driving somewhere else makes up for the extra $1 that the burrito costs.
Yeah.
I had the Guapo burrito, which was...
Name checks out.
Quite good.
Fitting. Name checks out.
Enjoyed it. Good service. Good vibey Mexican place.
Which, by the way, I want to make this known. We are in no way, shape, or form being compensated by Mr. Pepe or anyone else for this endorsement. This is just us recounting our experience.
Yeah.
Right? We're not selling it to you. You know, maybe Mr. Pepe is a huge douche. Whatever. We enjoyed his Mexican food. Just don't peel the shrimp, peel the shrimp.
This is not a personal commentary on Pepe himself.
Right. We don't even know if he's real.
We don't know if he's real.
Anyways, there's going to be pictures. We're going to post some stuff from the trip, from Pepe's restaurant.
Yeah.
We're going to have a picture of Sam and Dale.
Wait, did we include Pepe in the pee thing?
No.
We didn't.
No. We should do that. We should think about it. We should come up with a tongue twister.
Pinball Pepe.
Pinball Pepe.
Peeling
shrimp.
Yeah.
Shrimp. We hope Mr. Pepe is un buen hombre.
Yeah.
But we don't know. I mean, they're not paying us. We're not necessarily endorsing them. I mean, if you like Mexican food, go to Pepe's
because it's convenient.
If you don't want to peel shrimp, don't order Gorgar shrimp,
but get the guapo burrito or something else.
Right. And use the bathrooms because they're clean.
Oh, and
don't drop your phones.
Don't drop your phone if you're an insane person who doesn't put a case on your phone.
Unless you have Apple Care. Which,
yeah, I don't get it. I drop my phone like 10 times a day.
I dropped it twice. three times.
In your life.
Yeah, that floor was not very nice to my phone.
Yeah. I'm sorry for your phone, but not really, because you should have a case.
It looks so much better. It looks and feels so much better without a case, man.
No, I mean, I agree, but my phone wouldn't last a day.
So here's why, right? Because I got the Plus, right? So the case makes it way too big. Without the case, the size of the actual device is way more appropriate for your pocket or for other places. The only issue that I didn't think about was how freaking slippery the phone is. You know, I don't know if it's just like the materials or the buildup of like oils or on your skin or your face. That thing slides off of everything. It'll slide off of a flat surface. It's crazy, man.
Wouldn't it be nice if they just made it out of some kind of rubberized material that you didn't need a case for?
At this size, yeah.
Yeah, at that size. Yeah.
Man, those Otter boxes, dude. It feels like I'm holding a brick. I don't want that in my pocket.
No, I don't like those. I have something in middle ground, but it keeps me from breaking it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
We'll
see. Maybe soon I'll just have my Vision Pro everywhere.
I have the case and I have the screen protector, and I have to replace the screen protectors like every 6 months because they just get so many cracks in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I need a new one, actually.
Actually, I like it, man. I like not having a case.
It's high risk. You're a daredevil. No fear.
That's my motto. That's how I live my life. If you want to start some beef with me, come at me, bro.
Ooh, fighting words.
Come at me, bro. No fear. Do you wash your hands before you play games? Because I do.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't ready for it, but that's funny. Hey, Diane, can you cut that? Can you cut that part out?
That part?
Just now.
Thanks. No problem, boss.
I forgot about her.
Should we? Do we have time to mention that we have a?
Let's. Yeah, we talked about freaking Diane, man. She didn't put it on the show schedule.
I know. I mean, she's learning.
Sorry.
Anyways, yeah,
that's why nobody likes you.
We almost forgot to mention
we have a producer now, Diane.
I used to be in a Nickelback fan page on Reddit, like a fan forum.
Yeah.
And we would basically, defend the artistic integrity of that group.
Yeah.
Because they got
somebody's got to.
They got a lot of hate.
Yeah.
And anyway, that's where I met her, on Nickelback Lovers subreddit, r/Nickelback Lovers.
Yeah.
Which then became, Nickel Front, because we wanted to bring Nickelback to the front of.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got to turn it around. You got to flip the script.
Anyways, so yeah, we just, we became friends, and I got her into pinball.
She's pretty bad, though, to be fair.
So I didn't realize that, after we had exchanged a couple of comments and stuff, because I like that song. This is how you remind me, because I like the way that he said sorry, right? Because it's not like you to say sorry.
Yeah.
Because it rhymes with story.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really creative that he changed the way that sorry sounds to sorry.
Well, did he? Or is that just how he says it?
Right. Innately, because he's Canadian, he says sorry.
Right.
But anyways, I thought it was impressive. And
it's some real craftsmanship in songwriting.
So then, fast forward to like a couple years later.
Yeah.
Diane Kroger.
Yeah, well, she was just like Diane K on the forum, and you didn't even realize her last name was Kroger.
What are the odds, right?
Yeah.
No way. No freaking way. Anyways, yeah. So
she's like what? She's like related to the singer?
Yeah, she's like the second cousin or something, and she had some audio experience because she did some, obviously if you're a Kroger, you're like a musical
whiz,
born that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of like seemed like a good fit because she can help us edit and be a producer, right?
Right. And we need it, it's a lot of work.
We've had a hard time using the Nickelback music on our podcast, so we're hoping that also, this...
Get a little inside action.
Yeah, so maybe she can get Chad to let us use that song.
Yeah, because it's not like we can afford the like $200,000 usage rights or whatever it costs.
Yeah, so...
But, if we can do it, man.
Anyways.
Next level. So Diane, she's going to be with us going forward, hopefully. She doesn't have a lot of podcasting experience specifically, but, we have high hopes that this is going to work out.
Agreed. We're excited to have her, and
you might hear from her every now and then if in the background or something, if we're making some notes, or she might chime in as appropriate.
She said did she say anything to you about the fact that she might have been working on a song for the podcast?
No, I'm not aware.
Well, in the style of her family, the Krogers.
Well, that would be interesting.
But she's singing on it, so
okay.
Anyways, I'm excited to hear that too. So maybe we'll feature that on the episode one of these days.
I mean, I'd love to get Diane more involved. Take less work for us.
I mean, and technically, the last episode, the 25 de Mayo, that was all her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was her idea.
Right. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that, but yeah.
So, strong start. Thanks, Diane.
Hey, Diane, can you just, say hi to everybody?
Hey, everyone. I'm really excited to be here.
All right, thanks.
Can you do it again? I didn't hear that. I think that had some issues with the recording.
Oh.
Diane can...
Yeah, hey, Diane, can you just say hi to everybody? I know you don't have a mic, but we can hear you in the background.
Hey, everyone. I'm really excited to
Wait, I gotta turn it up. Hang on. Diane, try again.
Hey, everyone. This is Diane Kroger, Chad Kroger's second cousin and founder of the subreddit Nickelback Lovers, now known as Nickel Front. Also, Bash Pinball's new audio producer. I look forward to joining you on this audio journey. And my favorite pinball game
Diane.
is Rush.
Thanks for sharing. Anyways, thanks, Matt, for helping me finish this episode while I was stuck in time. And thank you guys for listening. Remember to check us out on Instagram at Bash Pinball, where you'll find some visual documentation of this trip if you want to check that out. If not, you could always... Look at this graph!
Territory now. Return to your home.
Evacuate all personnel.